friends, it's Frances, and I'm back for another Tip Tuesday, my favorite time of the week when I get to share with you my tips, tricks, and hacks on how we grow our faith and our family and just have lots of fun along the way. And today, I'm really excited about this hack because this is something that's going to save you money, and it's also going to be a really, really simple way for you to decorate your home. So most of my friends know that even though I can sew, I don't like to sew. I like to use my glue gun. Now, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I have done everything from creating curtains in our RV, to pillow covers, to all sorts of things. Even I covered part of an ottoman for our porch in our Sticks and Bricks house several years ago. I love my glue gun. I'm kind of like the glue gun girl. I believe it can cover a multitude of things that you don't know how to do for a fraction of the cost. And so when we moved into this home, we have a ton of windows in our living room. There are about 5 full floor to ceiling just about windows that I wanted to make sure that we had window treatments for. We had just moved into this house and it's a rental. We're not really wanting to invest in anything long term because we don't know if it's what we're going to use in our forever home. So I found some curtains that I really liked that were at Walmart. They were only about $12 for 2 panels, and they were the exact length that I needed, 84 inches. And so people had already in the house had put up the curtain rods, and so all I was responsible for was putting the curtains on them. But you know what? I still didn't even really want to spend $12 per window. I wanted to see if I could do it for less money. But also, because there were so many windows in here, I didn't want to cover up the natural light. So when I began to look at these large panels, as you can see, these are not wide windows. They are tall, but they're not very wide. And when you have several of them stacked along a wall, it's going to get really dark in here with very heavy curtains. So what I decided to do was to take the package of 2 panels and cut each panel in half. And so these curtains that you see right here flanking this window are just half of 1 panel. So I cut it down the center, and then I was able to have 2 different panels. That way they are smaller. We're able to give the illusion of really beautiful curtains without all the bulk and heaviness, and for it to cover up the natural light. I love opening all these windows and seeing that. And these are actually blackout curtains. I just like the way that they looked, and they matched everything that we wanted to do. So I said, well, I'll just get this and I will cut them in half. But if you don't sew, or if the fabric is not a fabric that you're used to sewing with, maybe you know how to sew clothing fabric, but you're not sure about different types of fabric like curtains or silks or different things like that, or heavy ones like burlap, you can use your glue gun. So what my trick is that when you cut them down the center, you use the sewn edge for the centers. This is where your eye is drawn to. Your eye is not drawn to the edges. Your eye is drawn to the window. So you want to see that this is the sewn edge of the curtain. And so my cut edges are on the sides. And so that way, where the eye is drawn, you see a really straight edge and you see the sewn curtain. So it looks like they were made this way. On the other edges, all I did was use my glue gun. So I took out my iron and I put it along, I put the fabric along my large farm table, so I was able to get it all the way out. You could do that on your floor. Just make sure that it's a heat safe place that you're going to be ironing. And then I just put that over and I kind of folded it over, and then I ironed it. And what that does is it creates your crease, and that is your straight edge. So then you just go along and run your bead of glue along that edge. You fold it over, and then you have a nice clean edge that no one will know is hot glued on the other side. Now, clearly, if you turn it over, you're gonna see all of my frayed edges. I went through and cut most of those that I could. but these tended to fray a good bit. So I cleaned them up as best as I could. And then what you can do is you can create another crease with your iron. And so that way it gives it even a double fold. It's going to be really nice up against your edges, and it's not going to kind of bow out. So I wanted to give you this trick because many times either A, you don't want to pay for multiple windows of fabric. Sometimes it isn't $12 at Walmart. Maybe the curtains you found online are beautiful and they match your room perfectly, but they are $20, $30, or $40 a panel. If that's the case, get creative, get the beauty and the pop of color that you're looking for, but don't spend the amount of money that you're not comfortable with. Get creative, create something your own, and then you can get all the color, all of the fun, and all of the decor that you want, but for a fraction of the cost. And it might fit your space even better than if you had purchased them off the rack or at the store. So have you ever created something with a glue gun that I would be surprised about? Or do you have a trick on how you have saved money on window curtains for your home? In other parts of our home, we have needed to cover the entire window, so we have used pre-packaged curtains right from the store. But for this, we really wanted to tailor this for our space and make it our own and save a bunch of money. So let me know your tricks about your glue gun or about your home decor where you saved a couple of bucks and you are really excited about the results, and it has really something that you would want to share with the rest of us. So I hope you have a great week. Get creative, make your space your own, and don't always expect that you have to pay a lot of money to get a lot of impact and a lot of beauty. Do something creative, step out of your comfort zone, and try something new. Talk to you soon, guys. See you next week.